This is the 10 brutal truths you don't want to hear about women, and they'll make you mad if you're a woman. But if you're a man, you might be clapping it up for me. For once, I might have the gentleman clapping. These are things that I think from getting the DMs, the millions of messages back and forths with women, from my TikTok, from everywhere. And these are 10 analytical truths that I've come up with, and you might agree with them, you might not. I might not agree with them by the time I conversate about them and deduce their truthfulness, but I wanted to bring up these points because everything is part of a discussion and a conversation. The number one truth is women don't actually like men. They like the idea of men. I think often women are misguided about what it actually means or what men actually are. I think they like the romantic notion of men, and they like almost to fantasize about the idea of a woman in a man's body, that they might have the same romantic notions as us, that they might fall in love like us, that they might love like us, like this nurturing love that we experience as women, that men might have it as well. Women spend years and years, this is where I got this from, trying to change men into something else. Men don't, unless they are narcissistically prone, try and change women into something else. The biggest tragedy for men is that they meet a certain girl and then she changes, and that is tragic, lads. Women do change. With time, everyone changes, right? But the biggest tragedy for women is that they find a guy and he won't change into the thing that she wants. Women like to take on a project, okay? They build up a fantasy character in their head. A man who doesn't exist, who's 6 foot tall, who's got a six-pack, who makes 6 figures, who doesn't have a Velcro wallet, which is, by the way, the biggest ick apparently to women ever. And there's a man loading a Woolworths trolley, okay, in a shopping center and staring at me as he does it because he's a man and he's not a woman, and men and women are different, okay? They want someone who's going to be their best friend, listen to their emotions, stroke their ego, understand how they feel, but at the same time he's got to be Brutius Maximus, okay? And he's got to like throw everyone out the way as you walk through and have no emotions and be a stoic a Roman soldier. Listen, Letitia, he doesn't exist. The two do not exist. That is why women are obsessed with Beauty and the Beast, where the beast is a beast to the world, but a loving puppy to her. Babe, I'm a woman. I'm obsessed with it too, okay? That's why we like the vampires, all the dark brooding characters, okay? And we just want them to like us. And I know the fantasy is real and I really love that, but you cannot take a man and try and force him to change into something that you want. If you found a guy who's not very emotive and very, very stoic, please do not get upset that he's not buying you Valentine's anniversaries. If you find a man who's more on the emotive side, please do not be upset that he's not beating up guys at the bar for you. I don't know why he would be, but all those things. We don't actually like men as they are. We like the idea of a man, the idea of a romantic character, okay? The pivot. With every truth, I'm going to give you a pivot and an idea, okay? Do I really accept this man as he is for any husbands or boyfriends that you might have? Or am I in love with the potential? Only date for reality, not for a fantasy. Just because he's tall doesn't mean he is brave. Just because he is smart doesn't mean he's going to make you a ton of money, okay? Don't equate things. For example, his height does not equate to his bravery or his masculinity, okay? He might just be tall. He did not stretch himself. He didn't work on that tallness, okay? It's not an asset he has. Truth number 2. Now Granny's putting away stroller. Granny's looking at me. For those of you who are not watching, I am in my car, the place where I feel most at peace and most myself. Truth number 2. Women want control more than they want love. This one is so real that I cannot even express to you how real it is. We romanticize love as selfless, but most women's version of love is about control. Controlling what a man does, controlling his money, controlling his assets, controlling what he looks at, controlling if he watches porn or not, controlling his sexuality, controlling his freedom. And me, I'm a woman. Remember, I'm on your side, right? Me, I also get soothed internally by the control of a man, okay? I'm not going to lie about it, but I'm working on it, and I'm working on it so well that it's working. You cannot, when I say the thing that a man needs most in a relationship is his freedom, and everyone freaks out and throws the toys out of the bathwater, or whatever that expression is, it is true. Women, the reason men are scared of relationships is because women take away the freedom of men subliminally and emotionally. Not in terms of like suppressive countries that suppress women and take away their freedom in every right, but in this subversive, coercive way, okay? We say we want devotion, but underneath we want to be the center of someone's universe forever. Do not do anything with your life, time, money, eyes, freedom, body, nothing. Me. And I understand, because you're a goddess, and so you should be worshipped. Someone's calling me, 1 second. Sorry for that. Someone's calling me about something that is really not important, and a spam call. Love that for me, because they don't want me to share the goods, share the knowledge, okay? We want to be the center of somebody's universe because it's almost like a soothing thing. You know what I mean? It's almost like the dad who didn't love us, or the boy who didn't choose us at school. We have this toxic feminine trait of, unless he has given up all of his freedom and all of his time and all of his ways that he does things, then I don't feel loved. The notion that a man's most important thing is to have his freedom to remain himself, not have the freedom, ladies, don't freak out, to go to the bar and sleep with every single woman there. Just the freedom to remain himself triggers you so much, you understand? That's a problem, okay? This is the pivot. You can't control another person and love them at the same time. What you think is love is not love. You want to control him. Choose. Do you want to control, or do you want connection? If you want connection, then you have to let someone be who they are, Jessica. You have to let someone be who they are, because if they are your puppet and they are just operated and ruled by fear of losing you, that is not love, baby girl. Truth number 3. Thrice here. Women are more narcissistic than they think. He's such a narcissist. He's such a narcissist. Everything he does is such a narcissist. Okay, he's a narcissist, yeah? But what about us? Let's look at ourselves. I believe narcissism isn't the worst thing in the world. Remember, things are not always as they seem. Every theory has been thought of by a human, even the idea of narcissism. In the modern world, some narcissism is healthy, okay? There's a cyclone out here, everything's blowing around, and we are speaking the truth. We love to accuse men of being narcissists, but the truth is that many women are even more self-centered because we do not reflect on our narcissism. We want everything. To be admired, to be chosen, to be worshipped, to have our career, to work, to have money, to not work, to have money, have it all at the same time. Feminism, not feminism, pay for me, but don't pay for me. Listen, you can have it, but not at the same time. The idea, I watched Candace Owens going on a jubilee with feminism, and women's biggest rhetoric and biggest disgust is that children will take away your freedom and then you cannot work. You cannot work, and work makes you happy. Bruh, it's not that horrible to have a family and a child. You've been indoctrinated in some formality of the fact that now work gives you purpose. Nothing intrinsically is going to give you your purpose, not children, not work or anything. You give yourself purpose and the meaning that you give to it. The notion that you want to have it all, I should be able to have children and everything and work but not pay because he should be the first one to pay the bill. It's exhausting. We want our forever person to think of nothing but us, and we want to have those children, and we want to have the career, and I want it too, babe. Like, I understand, but there has to be self-sacrifice in community. There has to be hardships in something. Children are too hard to raise. I don't want children. Well, what do you want? Work is too hard. I don't want to work. I want the soft life. Okay, don't work then. Don't have children, don't work. I want the soft life. Okay, well, I guess you got to be beautiful. If you're going to be someone's that cat, you got to be beautiful. I don't want to be beautiful. Why should I have to be beautiful? Okay, be smart then. Be smart. Maybe you can entertain someone who's going to give you money, even though you don't have a job, you're not going to have children, you're not beautiful, for the fact that you're smart. I don't want to be, why should I have to get an education? Okay, you absolute narcissist. Instead of seeking to be worshipped, learn to worship yourself and understand yourself so you don't demand it from others, so that you have a sense of worship. Maybe not even yourself, maybe the world. I've been talking on my TikTok lately about mothering. Why on earth are you always mothering someone else's grown-up son when the world is in dire need of feminine energy and a feminine touch? There are so many kitties, puppies, children, turtles and everything, trees and plants that need nurture. But yet no, you want to control Jonathan. You want to control Jonathan and make sure he eats his soup. He is fine. He's a grown man, okay? Stop wanting to be worshipped like a goddess and become a goddess first, okay? Truth number 4. Women crave to be chosen but refuse to have a spirit of sharing, okay? Women hate other women and they won't admit it, okay? The biggest question, one of them I get, is female friendship, okay? I have an ability, I don't know how I've cultivated it. Maybe because I've got a good relationship with my mum. I don't know. To have female friendship. A lot of women don't. Even down to the fact that women who make content about, let's say, self-improvement will talk constantly about someone copied me, I don't care. It's about the message. I saw Shira7, who is Chef's Kiss amazing. I don't know all of her message, but just how she conducts herself. She got told, oh, somebody's copying your content. She goes, babes, I don't care. I am living my life and it's about the message. The message is out there. I'm happy. I feel the same way. Copy my content if you want to. Go for gold, my friend, because I'll always be moving and pivoting anyway. And then my message gets shared, okay? Modern women want the ownership of things. They want to be the first one. They want to be the best at it, instead of understanding the nature of the world and of friendship, and of the fact that like men can really achieve things in community and women really struggle to do that. She cannot accept that she's not the best and the only one at stuff. We find it very, very hard to have other women in our vicinity that are good at stuff. Okay? We want to be the only one, but we hate to share space and time. Sharing doesn't always literally mean like having some polygamous relationship, which I don't believe in, okay? It can mean sharing attention, it can mean sharing space and allowing freedom for others to be themselves. You do not have to be the crown and glory of every situation, okay? You need to be able to have a communal spirit. Number 5, controversial one. Let's go there. Women use sex as a weapon and then act shocked when it backfires. And you know what? Me, I love a little manipulation and I love using things as weaponry. It's fine. It's fine. Let's do it, ladies, yeah? But if you are going to use your sexuality to attract some cucaracha, some cockroach of a man, yeah? And then cry about it and complain, I don't feel bad for you. Why don't we use our sexuality and sensuality to make men better? Just better people. Like, why don't we choose, like natural selection, to sleep with good men who do good things, as opposed to random, abusive, hobo-ish type of people? Women withhold sex in relationships with men who are there for them and the fathers of their children, as opposed to some, as Shira7 says, dusty, that has done nothing for her. We use it to manipulate as opposed to use it as leverage for something good. Okay, and it is a powerful tool, and everything is a tool in the world, and it's great. We are shocked then when good men get detached from us or get angry or stray. And I'm not saying that it is your prerogative to sleep with your husband that you no longer love and no longer fancy. That's fine, leave him, it's not my business. But I'm saying that we have this idea that, you know, we will never use our sexuality because sexuality is freedom and all this stuff, but yet you use it in your relationship coercively, right? But when I say don't sleep with random men who've done nothing for you, that's bad, because sexuality should be free. So it's free for some random, but it's expensive for the person you love. It's not a strategy. It should be used as an expression of the merit that that person holds for you. Anyway, number 6, women are addicted to the fantasy of having it all. That kind of integrates with the one I said before, and marketing knows it. And this one is a difference, right? I don't like that we are marketed to because we act in an idiotic way, that we can have it all and that you should demand it all. But the truth is you can't. You have to have some rigor in life, and you've got to push through things, and things have to be hard work sometimes. I'm meaning this in career, okay? You cannot have endless youth with plastic surgeries. You can't have no consequences to your actions. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can have a lot of things, but you've got to be accountable for what you have and what you don't have, okay? The pivot is you can have anything but not everything at once. Decide what season you're in and commit to it fully. Mothers who are complaining about their kids. I love to complain about my kids. I love to complain about my husband. It's my favorite hobby, okay? Because I have a British sense of humor. Added my Russian kind of dark humor to it. I go off. People are confused whether I even like my kids or husband, right? But it's a sense of humor for me. Okay, the guy who's loading the trolleys is back. He's moved himself closer, in a closer vicinity to me, to now inspect what I am talking about, whether he agrees or not. Keep in mind, my camera's up on my dashboard, so he's like very, very interested, okay? You can have everything, but not at once, and some things take effort, and you need to commit to your season of what you're doing and be okay with it. Number 7. Women struggle with self-awareness, okay? We love to analyze men, what they do, what they don't do, how he didn't reply, how he's toxic, how he's not very good. We rarely stop and study our own nature. A lot of DMs I get, I don't reply to because I don't have the facility in my soul to go into how deeply, how the woman views the world is different. I will use an imagined example, but it kind of encapsulates a lot of it. Women will say things that make no sense. For example, he wanted to be casual with me. He doesn't really want a relationship. We were sleeping together. I thought we got connected, but then I found out he's sleeping with other women. What do I do? I don't understand the question, Rebecca. I don't understand that question. He said he doesn't want commitment. You still have a connection, which is a sexual one, and a friendship, probably that's fine. But then he's sleeping with other women. What do I do? What is the question? What do I do about the women? What, attack them at night and annihilate your enemy? Like, what do you want me to say? He said what he said, and it coincides with the truth and the reality. I don't understand what strategy you want me to give. You know what I mean? Or what do I do, as in, like, what do I do with my broken spirit? Or what do I do? There's a lack of self-awareness. We avoid confronting our own flaws. We avoid confronting our own contradictions. It's easier to label men as the problem, and we don't realize our contribution to the dynamic, okay? The pivot is make self-inquiries. How am I the problem in this situation? What am I not seeing? What role am I playing in this dynamic? If this was a movie or a play, what would my role be? And self-awareness plus feminine energy, girl, that will make you irreplaceable. Truth number 8. We got 9 and 10 to go, okay? Sit down. Class isn't over. Women don't understand men, and most don't want to. The only way you want to talk about men is how to make them obsessed or how to manipulate them. Why do you think I title my episodes and things in that way, and then I try and give you the truth in them? Because I want you to listen, because all you want to know is how to manipulate one, how to catch one like they're a rare Pokemon. We want men to understand us, and we appreciate our needs and shape shift for us and change their reality for us and do what we want, but we have little curiosity about their own nature and little acceptance of it. It's different to our nature and their struggles and their design. And I know, patriarchy, they suppressed us. Why should they get that favor from us? Because I guess you have sons and husbands, and it's the new world, and if you really love them, but like I said in point number 1, you don't actually like men, you just tolerate them, okay? Learn to listen to men without projecting or interrupting your fears and your truth. Don't you want to know, even if they are potentially your enemy and you hate the patriarchy? I don't, but if you do, don't you want to know their truth and their reality so you can act accordingly like a cobra on a rock and attack? Curiosity will do more for you than control ever will. Let's say that again, Margarita, for the people in the back. Curiosity will do more for you and your life than control ever will. Because when you control, you're blind to the reality. Number 9, women's competition with other women destroys communities. Yep. We have a motherlessness problem. Yes, we have a fatherlessness problem because men bounce all the time, but we have a problem of lack of mothering for the planet, the children and the animals and everything, because we've been convinced that we need to work and pay tax. Not that we shouldn't. Don't get me wrong. I love to work and pay tax. It makes me so happy to pay tax. But we've been convinced, and this is everybody's problem, not just women's, but we've been convinced that that is more important than our care for the community, which is what women used to do, and our care for, and men should do it too. Look, it's universal, but the world and all the small creatures are seeking for our compassion, and women have that compassion, and men naturally don't. Instead of supporting each other, we isolate women, we don't support women. Instead of collaborating, we compare and tear each other down. You see women do it online all the time. We don't build healthy communities and support networks, which is what our superpower is. Women care about other people, right? As in, like, we care what she said, we care what he said, we care how to talk, how to look. Men care about things more than, that's the biggest difference in sexes, studies have shown. Men care about things, as in like machinery, things, how things work, and women care about interpersonal relationships. We want to say that we care about sisterhood, but we don't act on it. Let's, from now on, from watching this video or from listening to this podcast, collaborate in a sisterly way. Just grit your teeth and bear it. The world needs you. Your sister winning doesn't mean you losing. A woman winning doesn't mean you losing. A woman being prettier than you. Shocking. There are prettier women than you does not mean you are ugly, okay? And a man out there will think you are prettier than another woman, and another man will think she's prettier. So it's not about performing for men. Truth number 10. Women hold more power than they admit, and they misuse it. Oh, they suppress us. Oh, they oppress us. You have choices. You have choices. In some countries in the world, They really don't have choices. You, my friend, in this first world country, have choices. Women are gatekeepers of sex, of birth, of emotional regulation in relationships, but we rarely use that power to uplift the situation, and we refuse to understand how much power we hold. Oh, but he, okay, but he. Instead, we use it to feed our egos. We use it to, again, use it against other women, or we keep others small. Imagine what would happen if we used our power and the fact that we are goddesses who bring light, human life into this world for good. Imagine, use your power to build and not to destroy. Ask, am I using my power to inspire him, my family, everyone around me, or to control and destroy them? Okay?